A house that was never listed. A buyer no one knows. A seller tied to billionaires, politics, and some of the most controversial developments in modern London. This is the story of Providence House, the $373 million Chelsea mansion that just shattered every property record in the UK. And yet, almost nobody knows what's inside, who bought it, or why it was sold now. What looks like a simple real estate headline is actually a window into a hidden world of power, wealth, and influence that stretches from Knightsbridge to Los Angeles, from Westminster, private islands, and Mar-a-Lago. From political fundraisers to billion-pound developments. This isn't a house tour. This is an investigation. And as someone who actually lives in London, I've walked past these gates my whole life. But this level of secrecy suggests a world that isn't just expensive, it's untouchable. It's the feeling of standing next to a vault that contains more wealth than the GDP of a small nation, and realizing you're the only one looking at it. The story begins with a secret that stretches back centuries. Here's the part almost nobody realizes. The land beneath Providence House once belonged to Sir Robert Walpole, Britain's first Prime Minister. This estate has been tied to power since the very beginning, long before the modern billionaires arrived. But to understand this sale, you have to look past the bricks and mortar. You have to see this for what it really is, a high-stakes drama where the house is the character, the taxman is the villain, and the math genius is the mystery. Three forces colliding in a single transaction that tells us more about the future of London than any news report ever could. The modern mystery. The modern story begins with silence, not the quiet of a peaceful neighborhood, but the deliberate silence that surrounds a deal so large and so sensitive that even acknowledging it could shift markets or attract the wrong kind of attention. Providence House was never listed for sale. There were no glossy brochures, no Sotheby's photo shoots, no billionaire open houses with champagne and velvet ropes. Instead, the world's wealthiest individuals, sovereign wealth funds, tech founders, shipping magnates, old money dynasties, were quietly approaching the Candy family, asking the same question: what would it take for you to sell? Every time rumors surfaced, Nick Candy denied everything. He threatened legal action. He shut the conversation down. But behind the scenes, the offers kept coming, 8 figures, 9 figures, numbers that barely sound real anymore. And then, one day, someone said yes. By April 2026, the silence finally broke. The figure: a staggering £275 million. It didn't just break the record, it doubled it. And while the world speculated on mystery Middle Eastern royals, the truth was much closer to home. A buyer whose identity remains completely unknown. A buyer willing to pay more than £275 million. Possibly as high as $373 million, for a single home. But the mystery isn't just the name, it's the structure. Leaked filings suggest the transaction was funneled through a complex web of offshore entities, a move that has become increasingly risky as the UK government tightens its grip on dark money. In the world of high-stakes trading, Suneil Setiya is known for efficiency, and this purchase was no exception. It was a surgical strike, a massive transfer of wealth that bypassed the public eye until the ink was dry. Stamp duty alone exceeds £30 million. That's more than most people will earn in a lifetime. And just like that, the most expensive house sale in UK history happened without ever appearing on the market. Living here, you get used to seeing wealth, supercars in Knightsbridge, private drivers outside Harrods, but a $373 million home selling in total silence. Even for London, that's something else. Moments like this change the way you see the city. You start noticing the shadows more than the lights, the things that aren't said, the doors that never open, the wealth that never shows its face. Later reports suggested the buyer may have been Suneil Setiya, the founder of Quadrature Capital, a major Labour donor, adding an unexpected political twist to a sale involving a prominent Reform UK figure. This is where the story gets truly cynical. You have the Honorary Treasurer of Reform UK selling to one of the biggest donors in Labour Party history. It's a perfect illustration of how the world actually works. Politicians argue on the news, but behind the closed doors of a £275 million mansion, the money all flows into the same hands. At this level, political parties are just different logos on the same bank account. It is the ultimate political hedge. The man funding the party of taxing the rich just handed £275 million to the man leading the party of billionaire bonanzas. At this level, politics isn't an ideology, it's a transaction, and here is the ultimate kicker. The buyer isn't just any billionaire. It's Suneil Setiya, the man who built an empire on mathematical algorithms and data-driven certainty. It makes you wonder, if the smartest math genius in London is buying this house while every other billionaire is fleeing for tax reasons, does he know something about the city's future that we don't? Or is $373 million just a rounding error for a man who trades billions in his sleep? London has this way of hiding things in plain sight: fortunes, scandals, entire lives lived behind tinted windows. You can be standing on the same pavement as the ultra-rich, breathing the same air, but the distance between your world and theirs feels infinite, and sometimes you only realize how much you've missed when a story like this breaks. The comparison: London vs the world. To truly understand the scale of this $373 million price tag, you have to look across the Atlantic. Currently, the most expensive listing in the United States is Little Lake Lodge in Aspen, Colorado. It is a sprawling, 74-acre mountain paradise featuring its own private ecosystem, an 18,000-square-foot main lodge, and enough land to feel like a sovereign nation. It is listed for $300 million. Think about that for a moment. For $73 million, less than the price of this single Chelsea mansion, you could own a literal mountain empire in America. At Little Lake Lodge, you're not just buying land. You're buying legacy entitlements, rare building permits that are now illegal to obtain in Aspen. You are buying the right to build a compound that the law no longer allows. Yet, even with that limitless American freedom, the money is still flowing to a 2-acre plot in London. It proves that a Chelsea postcode isn't just an address, it's a global currency that outvalues even the rarest American soil. This sale didn't just break UK records, it shattered the global ceiling, eclipsing Ken Griffin's $238 million New York penthouse and the $200 million Malibu estate bought by Beyoncé and Jay-Z. But here is the real kicker: this isn't just a record-breaking price, it is a calculated political paradox. The buyer, Suneil Setiya, is the founder of a firm that recently gave a massive £4 million donation to the Labour Party. It's the ultimate irony. The man who helped fund the government that is currently ending non-dom tax status and introducing the mansion tax is the same man who just paid the highest price in history for a London home. But don't be fooled by the price tag. In the high-stakes world of London property, this isn't just a purchase, it's a pivot. As the UK's year of valuation kicks off this April, Setiya isn't just buying a home, he's anchoring a massive amount of capital before the new mansion tax laws finalize the value of the city's elite properties for the next decade. In America, billionaires pay for the horizon, the land, and the acres. In London, they pay for proximity to the pulse of power. When the smartest math genius in the city chooses a 2-acre fortress in Chelsea over a 74-acre kingdom in the Rockies, it tells you everything you need to know about where the world's real influence is still being concentrated. The Candy Empire and the Dubai Paradox. To understand why this house matters, you have to understand the man behind it and the empire he built. Nick Candy isn't just a property developer. He's one half of the Candy brothers, the duo behind One Hyde Park, the Knightsbridge super development that redefined global luxury. Where the lobby looks like a Bond villain's lair, the underground car park has more supercars than a Monaco showroom, and the security is tighter than a government embassy. One Hyde Park is a place where apartments sell for £100 million. But the Candy story isn't just wealth, it's controversy, court cases, political influence, and a network of connections that spans prime ministers, billionaires, and global power players. Providence House itself has hosted political fundraisers, including one attended by Donald Trump Jr. The event itself was a fundraiser for Donald Trump's campaign, held inside the very walls of Providence House. Nick Candy has donated heavily to political parties, shifting allegiances and raising eyebrows. His companies have been involved in high-profile disputes, multi-million-pound lawsuits, and some of the most ambitious and contentious developments in London. Add to that the personal dimension. His divorce from Holly Valance. Their shared ownership of the mansion through Providence House LLP, before Candy renamed it Providence House, the estate was known as Gordon House, the name it carried when his brother Christian first purchased it in 2012. Land registry filings also show a bank charge on the property held by First Abu Dhabi Bank. Adding another layer to the financial structure behind the estate, the LA mansion for sale. The £175 million, One Hyde Park penthouse has been trying to offload, and the developer debt issues rippling through London's luxury market. This is where the don't just show reality sets in. A house of this magnitude isn't just sold because someone wants a change of scenery. It's sold because of the personal cost. With the high-profile divorce from Holly Valance finalizing, Providence House, the crown jewel of their shared portfolio, had to go. This wasn't a choice, it was the liquidation of a legacy, a turning point in a story still unfolding. But the liquidation of an empire isn't just about dividing assets. It's about a change in philosophy, a realization that even the most expensive fortress in London might no longer be safe enough. But to play devil's advocate, is this a sale of choice or a sale of necessity? Recently, Nick Candy made headlines by stating he feels safer in Dubai than in London. But let's be honest, when a billionaire talks about safety, they aren't just talking about street crime. They're talking about fiscal safety. For the elite, the desert's safety isn't about bodyguards, it's about a 0% tax bracket. In the high-stakes world of the 1%, the most dangerous thing in London isn't a dark alley, it's a revenue and customs audit. But here is the irony. Is he actually running to safety? Despite the glitz of the Middle East, recent events in the Gulf, which have seen airport shutdowns and debris falling near major hubs, prove that even the world's most secure playgrounds aren't immune to global chaos. It makes you wonder, is the $373 million mansion a trophy, or is it a panic room on a grand scale? Is there anywhere truly safe for a billionaire anymore? Or is this sale less of a victory lap and more of a scramble for a sanctuary that simply no longer exists? There is a final, strange irony here. Suneil Setiya is a man who has committed over $1 billion to climate solutions through the Quadrature Climate Foundation. He is an architect of the green transition. And yet, he just bought a home from a man whose political allies have famously questioned that very transition. It's the ultimate elite crossover, the climate crusader buying the fortress of the reformed treasurer. In the stratosphere of the ultra-wealthy, it seems the only color that truly matters is green, but it's the green of the money, not the planet. Because behind every mansion, every lawsuit, every political connection, there's ambition, the kind that builds empires, reshapes skylines, and leaves a mark on a city long after the people behind it disappear. From my perspective, watching this unfold from inside the city, it feels less like a property sale and more like a shift in the balance of power, the kind of moment you only notice if you're close enough to feel the tremors. The fortress. So what exactly is Providence House? It's not just a mansion, it's a fortress of privilege hidden inside one of the most protected, historic, and exclusive pockets of London, the grounds of the Royal Hospital Chelsea. This Grade I listed estate features a private lake, an orangery, and a panic room, but the real engineering marvel is hidden deep underground. We're talking about a 14,000 square foot subterranean labyrinth. This isn't just a basement, it's a high-tech cavern housing a 20-meter pool, a private IMAX cinema, a bowling alley, and a digital security hub. Think about that, 14,000 square feet of luxury, and not a single window. In the world of the ultra-rich, the sun is optional, security is mandatory. This massive, invisible compound physically connects three separate centuries of architecture, the main 1809 house, the 1725 orangery, and the historic Creek Lodge, into one seamless fortress. In modern London, the ultimate luxury isn't a view. It's how much of your life you can hide beneath the earth. But a fortress is only as strong as the people inside it. While the subterranean labyrinth was being finished, the foundation of the family behind it was beginning to crack. Inside, the mansion still preserves original Georgian architectural details, a rare feature for a property of this scale. It offers actual land in central London, something so rare it's almost priceless. This isn't a home you stumble upon. You don't walk past it on your way to the shops. It's tucked away behind gates, trees, and centuries of history. It offers something the ultra-wealthy crave more than marble floors or gold taps: invisibility. In a world where privacy is the ultimate currency, Providence House is a sanctuary designed not just to be lived in, but to be hidden within. The strategy and 2026 deadline. But Providence House isn't an isolated event. It's part of a pattern, a surge of megasales reshaping London's ultra-prime market. In the last few years alone, sales have surpassed Ken Griffin's $240 million New York penthouse and the £210 million Hyde Park mansion. London is becoming a magnet again for the global elite who want stability and prestige that money can't easily replicate. All of this is happening despite a sharp slowdown in London's prime market. For the ultra-rich, buying a £300 million home isn't a purchase, it's a strategy. And it's a strategy with a very specific deadline. We are currently in the 2026 year of valuation. The government is literally reassessing every mansion in the country right now to set the new mansion tax rates. Selling Providence House now isn't just a victory lap, it's a masterclass in timing. It's a pump and dump at the absolute peak before the new tax liabilities are locked in for the next 5 years. Is the buyer getting a trophy, or are they catching a falling knife just as the taxman starts sharpening his blade? But as massive as this London deal is, the ceiling for global wealth has just been pushed even higher. While the ink is still drying on the Providence House contracts, news is breaking from the Mediterranean of a transaction that makes even a $373 million mansion look like a bargain. A $554 million sale in Monaco that has sent shockwaves through the elite world and proved that the scramble for the world's most expensive soil is far from over. But that is a story for next time. The verdict: city or stage? This is the uncomfortable reality of modern London. While the world looks at a $373 million price tag and sees a home, the people moving the money see a safe deposit box made of brick and mortar. Providence House isn't just a masterpiece of Georgian architecture, it is a signal. It tells us that despite the headlines of a slowing market, the top 1% are not leaving, they are simply digging deeper, building larger, and staying quieter. As someone who walks these streets, I can't help but feel the widening gap. You can be standing on the same pavement as the ultra-rich, breathing the same air, but the distance between your world and theirs feels infinite. When a math genius buys a fortress in Chelsea while the rest of the country prepares for a year of valuation, he isn't just buying a roof over his head, he's buying a hedge against the future. Suneil Setiya's firm, Quadrature, doesn't make bets, they solve equations. If he's putting £275 million into London soil right now, he's calculated something the rest of the market is too panicked to see. The biggest questions remain: who is really behind those gates? And what does their presence mean for the soul of this city? Is London still a place where history is made by the people, or has it become a playground where power quietly performs behind closed doors, hidden 14,000 square feet beneath the earth? The name on the deed is no longer a mystery, but the implication remains. What does Suneil Setiya's presence mean for the soul of this city? Is London still a place where history is made by the people, or has it become a playground where power quietly performs behind closed doors, hidden 14,000 square feet beneath the earth? The truth is, we may never know. But that's what makes this story so compelling. Providence House isn't just the most expensive home ever sold in the UK, it's a symbol of power, secrecy, and a London that most people will never see. A London that exists behind closed doors, behind shell companies, behind political connections, private lakes, and underground pools. A London where $373 million can change hands. And the world barely notices. As someone who calls this city home, I can't help wondering what else is happening behind the scenes. What other stories are unfolding in the shadows of the places we walk past every day? Maybe that's the real story of Providence House, not the price, but the reminder that in London, wealth of this scale isn't just about a home, it's a strategy. As the world watches the headlines, the biggest questions remain. Who is really behind the gates? And what does it mean for the future of London? It makes you wonder, is London a city we live in, or a stage where power quietly performs behind closed doors? Because at the end of the day, a home like Providence House is more than just a headline or a record-breaking price tag. It is a statement of who we are and where we are going. Just the other day, I walked past the Royal Hospital grounds. From the street, everything looks the same quiet trees, the same historic brickwork. But knowing what just happened behind those gates, knowing that the largest financial chess move in British history was just completed right there, it changes the way the air feels. It makes the city feel less like a home and more like a high-stakes vault. I want to ask you specifically, do you think London is still a city for people, or has it just become an asset class for the elite? Let me know in the comments. At Richest Billionaires Homes, we believe every brick tells a story of a life well lived. We don't just show you floor plans, we show you the vision it took to draw them. If you're busy building your own legacy, subscribe. Let's look at the next blueprint together. You see, we don't just showcase properties, we sell a dream. Our mission is to narrate the lifestyle, the vision, and the legacy behind every billionaire's home. We believe in tell, don't just show, because every space deserves a voice. The original stories we share here aren't found anywhere else on YouTube or social media. That is our brand guarantee. These scripts are crafted by real people to inspire, captivate, and elevate your imagination. Because a home is more than an address, it's an identity.